going on, Murph fam? In today's review, we're going to be going over Fear Street 1978, the second installment in this horror trilogy. I hope you got your popcorn, your butter, your candy snacks, and your soda ready, because we're jumping into this one head first. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that everybody likes, subscribes, and go ahead, tap that notification bell one time for your boy. I just want to make sure that everything I post you are aware of. Now, without further ado, let's jump into this Fear Street review. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're having a tremendous week. I am feeling absolutely phenomenal, getting a lot of work done, knocking out a lot of reviews. I hope that a lot of you are doing the same, making good use of your week. Before we start talking about the second movie, I want to do a slight recap on the first. So in the first movie, we found out that this town is being cursed by this witch. Apparently, over centuries of years, the witch continues to possess certain people in the town. In that first movie, we got to see the group of teenagers fight against this witch, break the curse, and we ultimately learned how this thing started and where it all originated. What I really enjoyed about the second movie is that we saw the murderer in the first film. Now, we didn't necessarily know who he was or what his backstory is, but that is what this movie was for, to show you what happened in 1978. Being this movie takes place in a camp, it reminds me a lot of the Halloween movies, where we have this unnamed masked murderer going around killing everyone in this camp. And to me, it seemed like the ages range from anywhere between 13 to 18 years old. I really liked how the plot unfolded in this movie opposed to the first one. I feel that the 1994 movie should have been aired last, and they should have did it in sequential order. We should have got 1666, then 1978, and then hit with the finale in 1994. But I'm sure that R.L. Stine wanted to do things a little different and give things to us in a different manner. Like I said, we already knew who the villain was going to be, but in this movie, we got to see a lot more of it. The premise of this movie really revolves around two sisters. One is very outgoing and the other one is a goody two-shoes. They both butt heads while they're staying at this camp, and unfortunately we already know that one of them is gonna die. Being in 1994, the main characters were able to get in communication with the survivor from the camp massacre, so that is pretty much where this movie is picking up from. The main characters in 1994 have located the girl from 1978. I want to give you guys a full spoiler warning at this time. If you have not watched the first full movie, I really don't think that you should hear any point beyond this, because I will ruin it, I swear. Besides the fact that we have a murderer running around this camp being possessed by the witch, what we learned in this movie was that underneath that camp is a collection of mines or tunnels or shafts, and this is the area used by the witch in 1666. In the Camp Massacre movie, they did locate the witch's hand, and that's where the characters from the first movie come into play, because they located her body. So in this discombobulated, rearranged trilogy, there is an importance to the three separate movies. In each movie, they're gonna come together and somehow reconstruct the body of this witch. I'm thinking that in some form, shape, or fashion, they're gonna be able to stop this witch. But knowing how R.L. Stine does things in Goosebumps and Fear Street, they're never gonna be able to stop the witch. So hopefully we get a lot more movies from our guy Jack Black. I mean R.L. Stine. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to see all of the different murderers, okay? Sarah Fier, who is the name of the witch, has many different people that she has possessed over the centuries. And once all of these murderers die, they somehow become her henchmen. And that's why in the movies you see that when things are not going the witch's way, she sends all of these different guys to help stop them. The biggest twist in this movie is that the surviving sister isn't who we thought. For some reason or another, I thought that the good sister was gonna survive, leaving the bad sister alone. But that is not what happened, and I really love that move in the movie. The director and writers really make it easy for us to fall in love with the characters. So to see someone that we care about in the movie die is a really good moment for us. I mean, not to see the person die, but it's surprising, okay? And I hate predictable movies. And what R.L. Stine is doing is taking us on an unpredictable journey. I can't think of what's gonna happen. So that's why I'm really excited to see how this last and final film goes in 1666. At the end of this movie, we got to see the main character go in like this flashback mode where she sees what the witch went through. And like I told you in the first review, this is gonna be a great one because back then there was no electricity, there were no showers, everybody's dirty and hot and there's no TVs and everybody is in everybody's business because there's nothing else to do but churn butter and go put the goats back in the fence. So that's why knowing there's a witch lurking around in those times and they're going to execute her is gonna be absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait for this last installment, but what did you guys think of this episode? Did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you love it? At the end of the day, I'm gonna give Fear Street 1978 a 9 out of 10. I know that I left out a lot of details, but there's a reason to the madness. I want to make sure that you all have time to watch it yourselves. I'm sure that a lot of you just continue to watch this review not knowing what I'm gonna say, and I really appreciate the love and support. Like I said in the last video, we have surpassed 1,000 subscribers and I am beyond happy. All I can ask is that you continue to show love and support your boy, and I'm gonna keep giving you guys great reviews. But you already know what it is, man. It's been a pleasure. It's your boy Merc, but I'm out.
But we know that you acting with all of this heat, melt you up like you plastic. Niggas will switch up on you in a moment, like a stack of hundreds. I'm never folding. Heard they changed on me, I never noticed. Hit her and her friends, once that's a bonus. At the top, but I came from the lowest. Married to the money, yeah, I'm devoted.